Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
hello.
Hello. Just, just, just a second. I have some audio problem here. How are you today, guys?
Great, thanks.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
And we are already live, right?
I guess. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's
Like,
5
hello,
o'clock.
people.
So I'm going to just introduce you, and then I will be out of the way to let you lead all the stuff. So here we have Anastasia, Julia, and Julia that are going to tell us something about app security and try to engage with all of you. So please be proactive, ask questions, and whatever it comes to your mind. I know there are lots of things to ask. So enjoy. It's the stage. The stage is yours.
Awesome. Good evening or good afternoon, because for us it's definitely evening. Right now, all of us, all three of us, we are in Ukraine and it's 6 p.m. But I believe for those who are in Italy, it's 5 p.m., right? So it's like security evening, typical Friday evening. Why not to spend time talking about security? First of all, I want to say that, Julia, thank you a lot for your talk. I really enjoyed it, especially all these links to OWASP standards. I think that's really important that there are a lot of open source and, industry proven standards that developers can use even without asking external security help as a self check, right?
Yeah, I think it's the best part that we can use some tools and ready checklists, and they don't require having the, I don't know, master degree in security. Everything is explained. There are links and there are specific steps that you can take, because saying like my app is secure is a little bit of obscure, don't you think? It's just secure how? It's what does it mean? I don't know. I don't know how to make an app secure, but when there is a checklist and the explanation, I think it makes it more easy and more available to us, to people who build the applications.
Yeah. Like in security, we don't say that something is secure, right? We just say that it's kind of protected against this threat and these
Yeah.
risks, and like for today at least. Because tomorrow there will be news, there will be new vulnerabilities, there will be new things going on. So sorry, need to start again. Okay, let's start our roundtable. We'll do our best to fit in 45 minutes, and we expect from the audience to have interactions, because we will start from discussing the features, like from introducing, obviously, then from discussing some iOS features, and then we have prepared cases for you. So we actually will ask you questions, security-related questions. How would you do this? How would you react on this? And we expect to hear your answers, okay? Because we have prepared something special, but wait a little bit and we will tell you about that. So let's start. Let's start by introducing, because today we have Julia, and Anastasia, and these are like totally three different people. If you don't recognize us, we're totally different. So like Julia Potapenko, can you please like introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Julia. I'm a security software engineer at Cossack Labs. And actually, just a year ago, I was an iOS engineer leading a successful project in production. But later on, I've changed my direction, and now here I am in security. And beside that, I'm also a mobile and security lead at Women Who Code Kiev, and I'm a chapter leader of OWASP Zhytomyr.
Thank you. Awesome. Julia Aronska, what do you say?
Okay, for those who weren't present at my previous talk, nice to meet you all, and thank you very much for joining. My name is Julia, and I am macOS chapter lead in Women Who Code Kiev. Also, I am a macOS security engineer in MacPaw anti-malware team. Also, my previous place of work is Komodo security solutions. So pretty interested in iOS, macOS security, building secure apps, and everything related.
Awesome. Thank you. And again, thank you for your talk. And my name is Anastasiia, and you can know me by my nickname, which is Vixentile, which is not my surname, it's just a nickname. And I do have software development background, and I was doing iOS applications many years ago. I was like a full-time developer. Then switched to full stack, and then switched to security. And right now I am basically creating security tools and supporting open source. And all three of us are actually, like, as I mentioned, from Ukraine, and we actually know each other like in real life. And we actually, all three of us, are part of Women Who Code Kyiv. And in those like earlier days, we even get to drink some cocktails together. And of course, discuss security. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's talk about like secure systems, right? I'll ask you, if you will have only one word to describe secure system, which word would you use? Julia Aronskaya, can you please start?
Sure. Well, usually they use 5 words, but okay, we're gonna with one today. If I had to use just one word, I'd say that secure system is enough. It is something that provides enough security for the requirements and for real life, because not everyone built, for example, I don't know, NASA applications. Yeah. So if you're building something that is very popular, probably everyone's gonna wanna hijack it and get into the news with that. If you're building something not so popular, you don't need the controls that are implemented in very popular applications. So what you need to do enough for your level of security that you need to provide.
That's a good definition. Yeah, enough.
Thank you.
Definitely not less, and maybe you won't have time to do more. So enough.
Yeah,
good one.
And the
Thank
budget.
You.
Thank you.
Julia Potapenko, what do you say? How you would describe a secure system with one word?
I would say that a secure system is about a compromise, because a completely secure system is probably a system that is inaccessible and unusable, a system no one can access, because at the moment any person gets an access to the system, this person becomes an entry point for an attacker. I mean, his or her credentials, social engineering, or something like that. And it is always about a compromise between like some between security and usability, between security and accessibility. So my word is compromise.
Compromise. Okay, sounds great. And for me, I would say that my word would be predictable. So secure system is predictable, right? It can have flaws, but at least you realize where you have, like in your system, where you have weak spots and where you have strong spots. So you can like observe the weak spots, you can put a lot of monitoring, a lot of alerting on them, but you realize where are they, you realize your limits, you realize like potential like pieces, potential like places for security weaknesses, right? So predictable. Okay, I think, and I actually asked this question for our attendees in the chat, and I see, yeah, that Victor is writing reliable. Nice. I would really curious to hear your opinion, but yeah, reliable sounds really good. By the way, have you read a book by Google, Building Secure and Reliable Systems? That's a free book by Google. That's a quite large one. Of course, it's not about iOS development at all. But I liked how they mixed the security and reliability, because if you think about it, that's pretty much connected, right? And I really recommend this book. I'll try to Google it and to send you to the link in the chat, but the name is Building Secure and Reliable Systems. And it has a lot of chapters, and you can just select any random chapter. It's quite short. Read, learn something new, and move forward. Okay, so if you would like to explain secure system, please write in the chat. Please use this chat in umbrella near our session. Actually, I don't think we have a spare eyes to take a look on YouTube chat, but we definitely read the umbrella chat. So let's interact there. Oh, we have another answer. Also, I would describe with one more word: trust. The users trust that you handle their data properly. Yeah, that's a good one. Julia, what do you think about it? Do I have some sound issues, or don't we have? Julia, we don't hear you. Julia Ronska, I think we don't hear you. We see you, but we don't hear you. Okay, then let's just skip. Oh no, we don't see you.
Yeah.
Now
it really sounds great. It's our goal achieved. We make secure apps so users will be. You don't hear me?
Right now we hear you and we see you, but it sounds like some connection issues.
Okay.
So let's use another channel of communication, and because we have a Telegram chat, like a secure secret chat, right? So let's write Julia that she has connection issues. Okay, meanwhile, let's move forward because we have another answer. Julia Potapenko, can you please handle the other answer?
Yes, sure. The next answer is I would also say user-friendly. It should not be difficult to use an app in a secure way. Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I think it's a bit similar with what I have already said, that it should be usable for users, and all those additional steps of authentication, for example, they are adding some security, but if you don't really need them, you probably can remove them because it makes user experience not that good.
Yeah, I agree, because sometimes people believe that security and usability, that two different sides of a scale. But if you pay attention, if you put your efforts, you can make secure and usable system. That's possible, but yeah, that requires efforts. Okay, we just got an answer from Julia that her laptop unfortunately didn't enjoy our roundtable and decided to reboot. So we will wait for Julia and we will continue because we still have a lot of topics to discuss. Okay, let's basically jump into news section, right? Let's talk about iOS 14. So Julia, have you installed iOS 14 already on your devices?
No, I haven't.
Why not?
Well, I'm using that feature with auto updates, and I just wait when Apple will tell me that auto update is ready to install it. I am not installing it by my own, and just testing all the applications in simulators for now.
Okay, but you have read about iOS 14, right? And with iOS 14, we have a lot of new like privacy-oriented features, which might be especially useful for normal users, not for us, for engineers, but for normal users, people that don't know a lot about security. So if you would name your favorite iOS 14 security privacy related feature, what it will be?
Well, actually, probably the first privacy feature update that I've read was one of the features mentioned by you in one of the articles about Instagram being spying on us with camera when we are using an application. Actually, what iOS 14 has now, the phone will show a light turning on near your camera on the notch or somewhere here near the front camera when your camera is on. So some applications started to turning on this light in very unexpected moments. For example, with Instagram, people were complaining that Instagram is spying on them. But Instagram told that it was just a bug with that feature that you are a little bit swiping left where you can open a camera for selfie. So that is why camera was on. But I know another case, not with that was revealed even before iOS 14. This feature is not only for a camera usage, but also for a microphone. For camera, you will see a green light, and for a mic, it's probably orange, if I'm not wrong. And there was, last year, there was an application, a football application, that was turning on a microphone about one time a minute. They tried to detect pubs that were showing football without paying a special fee for that. And this application was fined based on GDPR, and the fine was about 250,000 euros. So it's really huge fine. And of course, this app do not exist anymore. So, and now people are able to see such applications easier, detect such spying easier and report them, and probably some developers will be fined as well. And what about you, Anastasiia?
Regarding fines, that's actually, that's interesting that we don't hear a lot of stories about GDPR fines. I mean, from my perspective, I hear a lot of stories about some issues, some bugs, some vulnerabilities, all these scandals around TikTok privacy, right, around Facebook privacy. But I don't actually hear the stories about GDPR fines. For me, it like GDPR, like the authorities trying to find someone, but companies try to keep it low, to keep it, very silent, very quiet. Because if you publish that we are bad in security and this huge fine we just paid, but we will do better, it might ruin a little bit of their reputation, right? In the comments we have a comment from Manuel about a football application that was used in Spain, and the link to the article might be in Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this one. Okay, wow, that's cool. Regarding, also we have a comment about Snapchat and their pasteboard. Actually, this pasteboard notifications, is my favorite feature, from user perspective, because again, it helps to make application transparent. And companies' behavior more transparent for users. Because as security engineers, we knew that applications misuse the data, they misuse the Bluetooth connection, they try to grab all they can, they try to look at all this content. Many applications behave this way, but it's kind of shady zone. Because sometimes that's not a security issue, it may be related to advertisement, might be related to marketing, but now in iOS 14, Apple makes all these shady actions more transparent, more visible to users, so users can make their choice. They can see what the application is trying to do and like react on it somehow, ask questions, stop using this app, or decide that it is totally fine and continue using it, right? It's like another, another player in this game. User becomes a player. Hello, Julia. We missed you. We hope that you will hear us okay. You look a little bit frozen and we don't hear you, but we will hope that we will hear you. And meanwhile, we have another comment from Casper. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I'm really sorry. Regarding GDPR compliance and audits. So the thing is that GDPR, it's not a certification. These are regulations, right? These are laws. And so these are laws about like preserving user privacy and giving like people control over their data, right? So like a set of laws. That's not a certain certification that you can pass and require a certificate, yes or no, okay? So how to be like GDPR compliant? So every time we say GDPR compliant, I put it in a quote because it's not a real compliance. But if you want to satisfy the GDPR and to satisfy to all this regulation, there is a set of these permissions for user. As a user, I want to see what data application collects. As a user, I have a right to edit my data, to delete my data, etc., etc., etc. Right? But GDPR doesn't have a lot of certain technical points. It just has certain articles that are very high level from technical perspective. For example, some article regarding data processing and data collecting that say that you as a company, as a data processor, should protect user data. But it doesn't say encryption, it doesn't, well, okay, it says encryption like 2 times, okay. But it doesn't say which cipher to use, it just doesn't say which library to use, right? So I suggest you to Google the checklists, technical GDPR checklists. By the way, we have an article in our blog post. It's not a little bit, it's not like iOS developers oriented. It's more like, backend developers oriented. But we have an article in our blog post regarding technical aspects of GDPR, where we discuss how to make backups, being GDPR compliant, how to reorganize users' identification, how to use anonymization, how to use pseudonymization, etc., etc., etc. I'll try to find the link, and during Roundtable, I'll put the link to the chat. Okay. So, Julia, can you unmute and let's try. Yeah, we see you. Unmute, press unmute button. It should be somewhere here. Okay, let's move. I hope that we will be okay, because we really need Julia for the cases for our second part. But we still can spend a couple of minutes discussing a very cool security feature, which is known as security playlist. Okay, have you heard it? Security playlist. Like playlist we use in iOS applications. If you haven't heard it, I suggest you, Julia, can you just copy paste a link to security playlist to our chat, please, while I explain the things.
Sure.
By the way,
moment.
Sure. By the way, I'm noticing activity in our chat. Great. Thank you, Manuel, for sending a link to WWDC a presentation regarding GDPR and CloudKit. By the way, if you can use CloudKit instead of your backend, please use it. CloudKit provides really good security, which you don't need to implement on your own. Next, regarding online resources that looking into iOS specifically, I believe that this is something that Julia Aronskaya has covered in her talk. Please refer to her talk because she provided a lot of links, including these open source guidelines, OWASP, MSVS, Mobile Application Security Verification Standards, and OWASP MSTG, Mobile Security Testing Guide, which are completely iOS and Android oriented. They have different chapters about iOS and Android, and this is a very good starting point. Also, you can just follow us all in Twitter and you'll get a lot of bits and tricks about iOS security. Now, let's move to security playlist. So basically, if you ever had a web application, you know that it's a good tactics, good idea to have security.txt file in a root folder of your web application. So if I am a security researcher and I find some, potential vulnerability, some security weakness in your website, I can open this security.txt file and I can see security contacts. So which people I should contact trying to disclose some security weaknesses, right? And this is like industry proven practice. It's not something being standardized, but this is something many companies do. And this is something many websites have. So in this security text, the main reason, the main idea behind it is to put contact information, whom you should contact as a researcher, as engineer, as a curious user, who wants to disclose security weaknesses to the company. And the security playlist is basically the same idea, totally the same idea, but for iOS application. So as an iOS engineer, you can put a small playlist into your application with security contacts, with like the email or the URL of a contact point for researchers, for people who break the apps, or for people who look for vulnerabilities, or for curious users. So those people, if they find something during investigating and researching of your app, they can find the security contact and then they can disclose these vulnerabilities for you directly, not putting it in Twitter. So that's the idea behind it. And Julia has posted a link on security police. This is idea basically. I believe Ivan Rodriguez was the first one who started promoting this idea, and I like it a lot. So I continue to push it, to the world and to promote it. Wonderful, Julia. I see you're with us.
Yeah. Do you hear me? Is everything okay? Yay, yes. That's great. Thank you. On the security playlist topic, I want to add one thing. You know that there is full disclosure of a vulnerability and there is responsible disclosure. Responsible disclosure is like a short one, and full disclosure is description of all the steps and all the stuff, and you probably don't want to have full disclosures all over the internet on your app vulnerabilities or your dependencies. So the main idea is that the security researchers, when they find a bug, they try to contact you. And if they can't contact you during 30 days, they can make full disclosure after that. So what security playlist does for us here is that it gives the security researchers a straightforward channel how to contact you when something goes wrong. And it lets you react appropriately in time and prevent full disclosure. Because if you don't see the letter, or they find an irrelevant email or something, you can't, basically after the full disclosure, after 30 days you weren't reacting, you can't tell anything to them because they couldn't contact you. So having a security playlist looks like a great idea to me.
Yeah, thank you. Because the world of security researchers and big companies, it's very fast and can be very unpredictable. So as a company, that's your, you should want people to disclose vulnerabilities to you, and you should provide them with ways instead of people like posting about that on Twitter, or like selling these in dark web, these kind of things. Okay, I'm happy that we all of us are together, and let's move to the cases. Are you ready?
And have you already announced that we are asking people questions for a reason?
Not yet. Let's do it.
Yeah. So I think I'm here already, so we can make our small announcement. We have decided to choose 3 people who are very active and help us out with answers, and send them our stickers that we have from our companies. These are look at great stickers from Cossack Labs that Anastasiia is presenting. This is just amazing. I have one of them on my laptop, and everybody's loving it. And you should want this one too. And MacPaw has cats living in the office, and we have stickers for our cats. So please meet Hoover and meet Fixel. Also, I have prepared some stickers with our products, like, I don't know, maybe you're interested in Clean My Mac or something, but I think that real rock stars here are the cats. So the most active participants, we are going to choose 3 most active participants, are going to contact us via Twitter, and we want them to share their personal details, which we say we never disclose to anyone, but you're gonna receive a letter with all the stickers from Cossack Labs and from MacPaw. Also, you receive digital gifts. You can choose any MacPaw product you like anyone, and just say, I want this one. And if there is one-time purchase, you're gonna have a license for one-time purchase for that. If that's a subscription product, I'm gonna provide you with a 3-year subscription. So please participate in the chat and get your presents.
Yay! It's like a hand-picked, literally like hand-picked stickers from Cossack Labs and MacPaw, and these 1-year license for you, like for most active users, for your participation in the cases. Okay, so let me write it in the chat, and let's start discussing the cases. And maybe we can start sharing a screen as well, because sharing the slides on the screen as well, because we want you to see and read the case as well.
Okay.
So people suggest us to give their Google password for a sticker. I'm in. Just copy me your Google password. Of course, use Twitter because it's secure, and I will be sure to send you a sticker, maybe like this. Okay, let's move cases. Ladies, let's share the slides. Are you ready?
Yeah. Are you sharing or I'm sharing? Okay. Just a second. Let's go. Yeah. So, do you see the slides?
No, probably we need someone. Probably we need Stefano. Can you help us, please, to have slides visible?
I can see them, but it looks like they are in the backstage or something.
Because someone should allow the slides to be on a stream.
Oh yeah, I can see them now. Looks great.
Yay.
Thank you, Stefano.
So the cases. These are the typical security-related cases for developers. Can you share them full screen, because we have them, a smaller, like a presenter view?
Okay. Something like
Awesome.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
now I don't see us, but I see slides. That's good. That's fantastic. So the case number 1. Imagine that you're a developer and you're joining a project, and like this is iOS application, and you watch this iOS application, and suddenly you notice that they have login and that they store passwords in plain text in user defaults. So what will you do? What will be your first actions? Write and comments, and we will read the comments.
Not a nice situation, right? Not something you expect at your new place of work.
I really like your answers. Oh my god. It will be very tough to find like 3 people to send stickers. Maybe we can make it like more. But I don't know. I have stickers. Okay. So let's read the answers. Manuel said that we should use a keychain. Francesca agrees that we should use a keychain. Marcel suggests to update the code to use keychain. And Manuel said that we should use a keychain. Oops. And Marcel said that we should update the code to use keychain and add migrations. If project manager said that there is no money for that, remind them about GDPR. This is a good one, yeah. Andrei suggests to leave the project. Yeah, why not? I mean, if you have somewhere to go, maybe this project is not for you. Shabados, sorry again for your name, says cry. I like this option. I would definitely cry. And I would, oh my God, I would use a git blame trying to find who put those. This is a bad practice. Don't do like me. Don't use git blame, okay? Next, Nazar suggests to refresh LinkedIn account, I suppose to move to other company, right? Okay. Wow, we have actually a lot of answers. Ladies, can you help me with that?
Oh, okay. That's not something I expected. It's so everyone's so active and so many ideas. This is great, guys and girls. This is amazing, really. Yeah, and the problem is, how can we choose 3 people?
Yeah, that's complicated. So I see, okay, I see option that go to project manager and tell a project manager about the problem. This is a good one because this issue might not be the only issue in your project, right? And if you decide to fix it, like on your own time, it might happen that this project has deadlines and new features. And yeah, transparency is a good idea. So it might be a good idea to document the issue and maybe like ask project manager if you can spend some time on security assessment, or if you can hire someone to do security assessment. Okay?
Great. I have an idea. There are 3 of us, so each of us can choose a favorite answer and remember the name. And then we're gonna see who like got most stars. Because I have already, there is a great answer actually.
So which one is great? Which one is a great answer nominated by Julia Ronskaya?
It's gonna be Octavian. Sorry for the name. I hope it's right. If possible, implement a server to store the credentials and authenticate the client app with the said server. That is actually something I was talking about like 30 minutes ago, so I can't say no to that answer. So Octavian, thank you. This is a great answer, I think.
Thank you. Julia Potapenko, what about you? Which answer you like?
I actually see a lot of answers like go to your manager, project manager, or someone else to report the issue. And I really like that people think this way because they are not going to like try to fix it by their own, by seeking advice from someone else who can help them to make a good decision. And But actually, I see an interesting answer here from Bruno, saying that we need to encrypt the password before saving. And I like this answer because even when you're saving to a keychain, you are relying on some system-based encryption. And when you're saying encrypt the password, you're adding like another level of encryption. And if you know, probably someone may know that keychain is getting unlocked when you unlock the device. And at the moment when your device is unlocked, your data is not encrypted. And if you store your password encrypted, you will decrypt it only at the moment when you need it. And that is really a nice thing. And this is a feature that is commonly implemented for applications with a very good security level. So I like this answer.
I would like to I would like here just to put a little bit light here, because usually in many cases we don't encrypt passwords, right? We hash passwords and we save a hash of a password, right? But there might be a case when you need to save user credentials. You need to save the username and the user password in a plain text on mobile side, on iOS application side. And for this case, you can put it to keychain, right? And here, as Julia says, that keychain is something that Apple provides, and many attacks, many jailbreaks can break the keychain protection as well. So if you really need to store this credential, if you can't put it on backend, if you can't store hash, if you need to store them before putting to keychain, you can encrypt them and put into keychain and encrypt it. Now the question is, it's additional layer of security, right? Think about defense in depth. Think about security measures. You want to have a lot of these layers. Okay, not all applications need this. Stefana asks, where should I store the encryption key? Oh, that is tricky, because the encryption key can be ephemeral, can be something that you can generate inside your application using mathematical function to get using random, salt, and mathematical function. You can put your salt to user defaults, for example. Then you have these bits of data. You take KDF, key derivation function, to generate cryptographically strong key from that, and you use this key to encrypt and decrypt values. You can read about this more in our blog post and in Cossack Labs, on the Cossack Labs site, where I described how we implemented end-to-end encryption in Bear application. We use some similar techniques, and it's written in a blog post as much as I can, write it. If you have questions about this, multi-layer technique, just ping me in Twitter in DMs, because I believe I have some workshops about these topics as well, so I can just send you a link. Okay, and I believe that my favorite answer would be regarding GDPR fines, answered by Marcel, that update the code, say PM, and remind about GDPR. Sorry, it's a lot of good answers, and yeah, you're basically correct. Use keychain, try to use backend, try not to store this credential at all. So, okay, sounds good, but doesn't work in real life projects. Also true, and also it is true that when we are talking about security, maybe not every project needs that, right? So let's move to our other case.
Okay.
Let's keep case number 2 and move to case number 3, because this is something.
Okay.
Yeah. This is something that we logically moved to. So case number 3. Julia Potapenko, can you introduce us with this case, please?
Yeah, I will read it first. Imagine that you have an app with recipes. What data will you protect? So please, your thoughts here. Just imagine a simple application with about cooking with some recipes. What are the things that need protection here?
Looks so
Yeah, like
innocent.
looks so innocent, right? Just cooking, just some recipes. I don't know how to boil eggs, how to make pancakes.
Oh, we already have a great answer. Stefano Mandina says that he'd protect his grandmother's super secret recipe. Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah.
Grandpa recipes, yeah. Also, photos probably also a good one because recipes can be, this is a text, but the photo, yeah, photos also can be protected. Okay, now we are moving to, more serious answers. Mm, profile data and session data. Okay. IP. Okay. User weights and height if the recipes are tailored to them. Now we are getting somewhere.
Yeah.
User's history. Okay. All of data. Protect all the user information, personal details, preferences, favorite recipes, etc., etc. User's data, their preferences, any sensitive data. You see how many different, yeah.
I actually like this question from Marcel. Best question is if there is anything not actually public. So what should you do if you don't know the answer for this question? Try to think, how should we deal with it?
Think who would answer you this question? Who would know if there is sensitive data, if there is anything that is not, public? Okay, so people write about user management as well. Shabados, sorry again. Christopher write that sometimes application doesn't need to use user accounts at all. So like no accounts, nothing to protect. Protect any API, yes. If there is something not public, you can make it public. So you don't have to think about how to hide it. I like this security thinking. I really like it. This is a good one, yeah. This is a very good one. Unless you're talking about, I see skeptics in the chat. So unless you're talking about intellectual property, who would really be interested enough in recipes to reverse engineer the app? Okay, let's say our opinion on that.
Okay, a lot of great answers, honestly, and I want to choose, but there are several people who answered something of a kind. So, okay, I'm gonna go with the first answer that is, I think, in a great direction. It's Gaetano Mattoni. Users weight height if the recipes are tailored for them. So this is the first time when someone is talking about personal information and the information that should not be disclosed. So if we think further, probably the weight and height are not the only things we need to protect, but I like the thinking. So yeah, Gaetano, congrats. So 1 point from me.
Awesome. Julia Potapenko, what are your thoughts?
I think that I like two comments here. Well, actually, that question that I have already mentioned from Marcel, and I think the very first answer from Stefano answers this question when he said that I'd protect my grandmother's super secret recipe. Because you see, you should like find an authority for who will be involved in this process, and they will talk with you about the risk they're having. Like in that case, Stefano is worried for his grandma recipe, and probably you should think that some of the recipes should be private or secret, or some ingredients can be secret. So it's not about some particular data that you need to protect, but about like building a communication with your clients, with your user, and understanding what are their needs and what things are important for them and what they want to be protected. That's my vision here.
Okay, thank you a lot. Like from my opinion, with this recipe case, like recipe application case, this is a tricky one, right? And that's why we're discussing it, because it can be totally like simple recipe application without any user data, without any login, you know, everything stored in your like local application. Maybe this application doesn't need network connection at all, right? So like a sort of database, no users, no personal data, no favorites, no medical data. And in this case, it might be a case that you don't need to do like pretty much anything from security perspective, right? But it also, let's now imagine the like completely opposite case. It can be also like an application that supports different types of login in, that allows to store user medical data, for example, age, height, weight, allergies, that allow to track the meals and calories, like to go to the health application, for example, that this application will allow to share the user's like history or like preferences or what user has had on breakfast for like their friends, right? So you can, and friends can share this info and so on, so on, so on, so on, right? And then of course you will implement this feature of private chats between foodies, because people like to cook food. So you can imagine really complicated application that has a lot of PIs, that might have medical information, that might have data sharing. And for this application, obviously, you need to implement a lot of security controls, at least on like GDPR level, at least for that. Okay. So for me, I would say that Caleb, like my vote goes to Caleb Kinney. Protect any personally identifiable information, names, emails, etc., 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 etc. Now we are running out of time because our roundtable, because you actually put a lot of questions, a lot of answers. Sorry. So let's maybe have one more quick case, okay, and let's wrap up. Okay. So. We can ask, let's ask the audience. Oh, okay. So in our case, we actually had this option, like imagine that it's not as simple. Imagine that you have all the allergies. Now, for the next case, we have one, you need to select one first or like a second. One case is related with disclosure with emails from a security researcher, and another case is connected to dating application. So please write in the chat emails like security researchers or dating applications. We have some delay in the stream, so yeah. But I like how the audience is so active, liking.
Yeah, it's surprisingly nice, actually. I thought that we were to discuss everything by ourselves and that's it. But you guys and girls are amazing. I had a great time here. Thank you for being so active.
Yeah, like you're really great support. Thank you, the audience. So I see a lot of answers regarding dating application. Sorry, Caleb, you're the only one who asked for security researcher. People like dating apps. Okay, let's discuss the dating application.
Okay. Let me read it.
Sure.
You're starting a dating app from scratch, and the main requirement is that it should be secure. What security features are you going to have? So please share your thoughts on, probably think about, I don't know, some popular dating app, or maybe you have experience developing some, and think what should be protected there, or should any, can we avoid any protection, right? Can we make the app in a way that we don't have to secure anything, or should we secure a lot of stuff? What will it be in your case?
Yeah, also try to imagine if you're not an engineer, if you're like a product manager, if you're a person responsible for features in this application, try to think that you're a product manager in security, like product security. What features will you have? What like security controls will you have? And maybe, Julia, can you like switch to the next page? Maybe let's show the complicated version because we don't have a lot of time. So.
Okay, next one. Something we all love, right? Having Facebook integration in 2020 is a great feature, right?
Can we please still have our slides shared? Okay, I see a lot of answers from the audience. Okay, so let's read it just one by one, because this is a tricky question. Again, this is a tricky case because, as we mentioned previously, there is no such thing as 100% secure application, right? So we can have a lot of security controls, a lot of defenses. Let's read it aloud. Andrea says, OAuth system with refresh token, SSL pinning. Good one. Cam says, biometric login, pin fallback. Good one. Felipe, jailbreak detection API, probably API protection, sensitive data, location user. Okay. I think this means like protect these features. Yes. Vive alert on the screen.
Stefan wants his stickers, I think.
Let's skip this one. Okay, Casper says two-factor authentication.
No, girls, it's just a joke. Of course, my wife is working on the team here, so is reading everything.
Okay.
Just to clarify that.
Okay. Good luck to you today, Stefano. Have a nice evening.
I wanted to win the cats stickers for her as well. So keep on going. Sorry about this.
So like, but actually this is like, honestly saying, like, no joke, this is a good protection feature when you can, shake your application and you have some emergency screen or something going on. For example, the screen that will like encrypt all the data and put this emergency shield, right? I would not say that is a first security feature that you need to implement, no, but as a fun one, as something you can make, yeah, definitely. Let's move. Casper says two-factor authentication, options for user to decide which of your public profile paths are visible, right? Next, manual, pictures, emails, password, contacts, name, people, iterations. Okay, also, yeah, good one. Universal links, deep linking profiles. Oh, this is a great one, because if you have deep linking, you might have a huge security like holes in your application. So be very careful with deep linking, okay? Okay, let's, ladies, can someone pick up on reading? Because I already feel my throat is getting a little bit.
Okay, I can pick it up because I'm really enjoying reading this. So Octavian is saying that if the app is like Tinder, the app would need to support resilience level since it has in-app purchases. Then the user-sensitive data like date of birth, address, etc. Great one. Marcel, keep minimal information on the phone, store everything that's actually needed on the backend, and only have a session token on client side.
This is great. I love this approach. Don't store things that you want to protect. Dating app for paranoics. Wow. End-to-end encryption, auto-destruction of messages in 10 minutes, screenshot prevention. I think there should be such an app somewhere because it sounds like a great startup right now.
I believe there are a chat application like that, like Confide chat application. Yeah, they have the features.
It should be out there somewhere. Okay. Side note, once I wanted to create a separate paranoid mode for my application I was working on. So I do relate to apps for paranoids. Thank you. Okay, Jose, jailbreak validation. Wow, Jose, hi, it's nice to see you here. I'm so glad that you joined us. Jailbreak validations, SSL pinning for man-in-the-middle attacks, credentials in the keychain, definitely no Facebook integration. Yeah, that's great. Peter, zero external dependencies. You can't trust anyone. Okay, it actually sounds like a great addition to our paranoid mode. So yeah, zero dependencies. Sometimes you can't live without them, you know? Sometimes you just need to integrate with Google, for example, and you need to take the dependency. It's just, unfortunately, that's the life. Okay, but the approach is great. So if someone tells you that there is a very, very neat button, a pod with a neat button, you could probably think twice before integrating it. Totally. Okay, Caleb, protect personal information, personal identifiable information, configure proper access controls, sanitize input, etc. Follow the OWASP Mobile Top 10 and MSTG. Wow, that's great, Caleb. Thank you for joining this session. I think you could join us next time and help us with Roundtable.
Yeah, it feels like, Caleb, just ping us in Twitter because it feels like you need to be here, right?
Yeah, on this end. Okay, end-to-end decryption for charts. Gaetano says, let users enable disabled features like location, let users show, hide the info about them, two-factor authentication, touch ID, face ID, PIN code. Wow, that's a list, almost a to-do. Great, thank you. Okay, Marcel, Facebook integration is very dependent on what you read or publish. Problem is that it will always leak that you are actively engaging in dating app. Yeah. So thinking about integrating with third-party services is a good idea. Okay, we have it's not the end. Ahmad says securing photos not to be accessible easily by anyone. Protect contact, etc. by encrypting if we are catching it and make it hard to get. Third party is the tricky part, right? Sometimes user wants to easily sign in, but on the other hand, I heard about what third party did with the user's data. Yeah, we need to balance. Like Julia said, we need to balance security and UI and being a very easy to use app and being a secure app. We need to choose something. Okay, remote erasure, account deletion features. Wow, I like this one. Really. Bruno, implement by hand Facebook endpoints you might need, but don't import the SDK if you can. Yes, if we can, it is a great point. Don't import anything you can get without. Christina, propose signing with Apple instead of Facebook. Wow, this is an approach, right? This is a great approach. I like it. Okay, does Signal work with end-to-end decryption? Stefana asked. I think yes, Signal does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then, so let's be really quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's select the best answers because I really like the answer from Caleb Kinney regarding MSVS and all the things. So my sticker goes to Caleb.
Okay. My goes to Christina, that found an interesting, inventive way to get rid of Facebook and replace it with Apple authentication. I like it, Christina.
And my will go to Andriy Chernenko with his paranoid dating app.
That's a great one.
Oh,
Wonderful, wonderful. Sorry that we're actually running out of time. We like ran out of time like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
no, actually, guys, there's one positive thing when we have online conferences like this. We can, I mean, we're not so strict on times, fortunately. But I'm here just to make a small announcement from the team. We are trying to do a group picture about all the attendees and speakers available on a Google Meet channel. I'm copy pasting in the chat. So if any one of the attendees is available, we will really love them to just show up and try to create the biggest picture ever from from an online conference. If it's, I mean, we'll see what comes up with this. So, by the way, girls, thanks for this roundup. It was actually really fun. And sorry if I feel that with some, not so serious answers, but I'm glad I won the stickers. And I really hope we and the organization to have you on the next not digital edition of Swift Heroes next year. Hopefully, if everything goes well. Yay.
Real conferences. Yeah. Thank you a lot. And let us just have one final thought to like close this panel, okay?
Yep. Yeah, sure. Go on.
Okay. So like ladies, like let's wrap up. Let's have this like one takeaway idea. So for the audience, if you would like them to go away from today with like one thought, one idea in your mind, what will it be? Julia Potapenko, what do you say?
I would say that that's great that you know so many security controls, but keep in mind that you need to plan your security features in advance because you will not have an ability to add them at the last moment.
Great. Yeah, totally agree. Julia Ranska, what do you say?
Okay, my word is MASVS. So please, if you haven't already, download the mobile application security verification standard that I was talking about. It is a great foundation for building your secure apps and being sure in your code. And you can find me on Twitter, and I'm going to post the link to my slides, and you can check everything out. So MASVS from me.
Yay. Okay. And from me, maybe like the final thought would be that the world of security engineering, it's amazing. It's like the software development, but more cool because you're not restricted by iOS platform, but iOS application. You can actually like work with backends, with databases, and all the thing. It's like in software development, but in security. I really like support and I really like encourage you to move into security engineering because it's so much fun. Thank you for participation. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for all your wonderful answers. Now we will do our homework. We will try to like recall people, or we have a list of people who we mentioned, right? We will try to get even more stickers, and we will try to do our best not to limit ourselves to 3 person. I mean, we will try. Can't say that for sure, but we will try. And we will reach out those people, or like these people, please reach out to us on Twitter and give you like physical address, because these things, they're physical, they require, normal postal physical address if you want them, and we will deliver them from Ukraine. It will take a while, but it's worth waiting.
Okay, I have posted my Twitter handle, so please, everyone I mentioned, and I think girls, please contact us. At least you're gonna get the licenses for a MacPaw product. You can choose any one you like. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do with stickers right now because there were so many great answers. So please just contact us, people who we mentioned, and we're gonna figure out something. So I'm waiting you in direct messages, Aronskaya, with your choice, with your product of choice from MacPaw. And if you're okay with that, share your address, and I'm gonna send you, and we are gonna send you the stickers. Thank you very much for your participation and being so active. It is inspiring